Hello and welcome to the Rock Your Voice podcast. Vocal coaching tips that will transform your voice, interviews that will inspire, industry guidance, and so much more. Without further ado, let's get on with the show. Hello, today as promised, we are back with more mixed vocal technique. If you haven't, please check out Mix Part 1, Mix Part 2, the episodes prior to this one. Be sure to do a warm-up. I am going to include a very simple warm-up right here. There are other warm-ups on the podcast, like the Easy and Effective warm-up, I think is episode 36. There's one just a few episodes before this one that's a simple, effective, fast warm-up or what have you. So if you need to warm up. I am going to include a really quick one right now. So what we're going to do is lip rolls, and we're going to... Okay, you can start down the octave as well. And if you stick around for the majority of this, I've got a super sweet bonus that I'm going to share with you in just a second, because this stuff, if you can get it, great. If you're not sure if you're getting it, it's really wise to check in with a coach. So I've got a special promo that I will share in just a second. But let's get warmed up, because this is key. You've got to be warmed up before you can do power mix stuff, because you don't want to push, strain, and hurt yourself and set yourself back and not be able to do anything. So lip rolls, we're going to hit 3 revs at the top. So it's... Okay, now we're going to go with the thumb, and you're going to let your cheeks puff up with air. So you can use like a singing straw, or you can use a straw for this, or you can just do like puffy cheeks and resist the airflow coming out. But I like to put the thumb in my mouth. I'll play the lower octave, sing the higher octave. So we're going to go... So you literally just have your thumb resting between your lips, blocking the airflow slightly so that your cheeks are filling up and you have a little bit of that back pressure going to the vocal cords. So I find my lips start to quiver a little bit after a while, so it's easier to take the thumb away and go back to puffy cheeks. So just work with whatever feels most comfortable, just as long as you're getting the right results. Okay, so one of the exercises that we did, I believe it was in mix part 1, we're going to use as a bit of a warm-up for this one. So we're going to go with that crunchy NG staccato. So down here for the low, right down there, and up here for the higher ones, and it's going to be a and we want that crunchy edge. You can place your palm under your chin just to make sure that the muscles under there aren't super working really hard. If you feel a lot of movement kind of under where your tongue is, like under your jaw there, you really want that to relax and just trust the placement of this sound. It's really kind of a bit of a leap of faith. I find this really hard. The muscles for me really have a hard time not interacting with this one. So if it gets frustrating, just don't overthink it. Just make sure you're not from the throat. It's really very nasal, very buzzy. So I'll sing up high, play down low. So my bad, sorry. Okay, now we're going to mix it up a bit. Excuse the pun. We're going to right into your nose. Put your hand underneath your jawline there so you can feel if the muscles are really going crazy. And here we go again. It helps sometimes to kind of open your mouth a little, stick your tongue out, but don't lose the closure at the back. So if you're we don't want that. We want it has to be closed, but if it helps to stick your tongue out a little and keep that closure, go for it. Okay, it's Saturday afternoon in my house. My husband is having a peaceful nap, which we are about to destroy. Okay, so with that NG shape, we're going to start adding some noise and some power here. So we're going to go, you can pick, we're going to kind of free vocalize here, but we want the NG, it's got to be resonant in your nose. It can't be pulling from your throat. What we're going to do is slide up, so, and then just drop the tongue and let the sound out. So it's, so you've got that, it's kind of a thin, it's a crunchy sound. It's not necessarily pretty, but it's going up into the pharyngeal resonance. So that's where we're going to start being able to really, and I don't mean attack in an aggressive way on the chords, but we can really attack the sound and have fun with it. So what we're going to try is, and again,
Go at a pitch that is comfortable for you so that it feels effortless. I am not adding extra volume, any extra air to hit that. I'm literally just dropping my tongue, letting the sound come out. If you're fighting it, well, you need to make sure that pharyngeal resonance is safe. So that's kind of a bit of a segue here for me to let you know. I'm going to put a promo code, Mix Power, on the payment page for singing lessons. If you want a one-on-one private session with me, you can save $40 if you use the promo code Mix Power. Okay, all one word, all lowercase, Mix Power, MIXPOWER. Save $40 on the price of a 1 hour private session with me, and I will put the link to go and purchase that in the show notes. So here we go. We're going. Now, when it's comfortable, we're going to sustain, and we're going to hit 3 reps. So we're going. Okay, so that is a D. That is a high. Like that's kind of at the top of, that's coming into a really heady mix right there. So let's bring it down. So this is a B flat. For the male voices, that's kind of low for you guys, but it should be nice and comfortable. So we're going. That's a really nice chest mix, if I say so myself. No, that note is a really good spot for a chest mix for a female voice. A little bit low for the males, but let's climb it up. Go with what feels comfortable. So now this is where the males will be coming right to the very top of their chest. So if you feel like you're pushing it, really work on that switch into that pharyngeal resonance right into the roof of your mouth. Now females, we're coming into a really heady mix here, so just again think movement, flexibility. If you lose power a little bit, that is fine. The form is key. You don't want any stress, any pushing, pinching, forcing, fighting it. Just explore at this point. Okay, so one more if you can. I wonder how my husband's nap is going. Oh, I'm a horrible wife. No, I let him nap most days. Okay, so that is up to the G sharp. That's a really heady mix for the females. G sharp, that's a really nice, strong, high chest mix for the males. This is kind of the highest sort of stuff that Dave Grohl would do in the Foo Fighters, or what I'm going to do next episode. I always like to say what I'm going to do next episode because it actually forces me to go ahead and record the next episode right away. I'm going to look at Sia, Chandelier, and we're also going to look at a Queen song, a Freddie Mercury, because those guys use their mix a ton. So for example, I was working on Chandelier today with a client, and it was that was it. So the I, this is where you can train it with a and if you don't want to sound too much like a dying cat, what we're going to think about is your vocal tract. That is anything above the larynx and the sort of into the mouth. So your tongue, your lips, your jaw, all of those things that can impact the sound. We're also going to modify the vowel. So actually this C sharp is probably really good and nice and comfortable for the males to really, really work some power here. This is pretty high for the females, but yeah, we're going to stay here. So we're going to just try that. And then we're going to kind of sustain as if we were about to sing that I'm gonna swing. So we're going to that's where you're going to engage your breath. Now play with the vocal tract. Play with the tongue, play with the jaw, the lips, the shape of your mouth to modify the tone. So we're going to go so that you can get the sound that you want. Okay, you can play with that a bit lower. I can bring in a little bit more chest into that mix and get a little bit more aggressive around this B area here. So play around with that if it feels comfortable. For me up here, it's very pharyngeal. I'm gonna swing. Whereas if I bring it down to here, I'm gonna swing. It's a lot more chest involved in that mix. But we can work on bringing it up. I'm gonna. And we're working on the modification of the vowel and the vocal tract. So I'm gonna. We don't have to be So, but for me, the B is kind of the strongest place to get a really nice mix with chest and that heady tone with the pharyngeal resonance. So play with that. You can even pause right now, do a whole bunch of just mess around with that noise, okay? Come back and we're gonna look at some yeahs. So if you paused, welcome back. Otherwise, we continue. So we're gonna bring from your stomach. Actually, we're gonna do a whoa, not a yeah. And we're gonna go whoa, really nice and comfortable, just sending it forward. Whoa, bit of free vocalization. Whoa. And again, I love to do the revs so you can really settle into it. Whoa. I'm gonna turn my mic down a bit so that I'm not deafening everyone. Whoa. 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 And again, here we could go whoa if you want to. If you need to find the placement for these notes, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm really just pulling from my chest and shouting, go back to a lip roll. You may really clearly be able to feel the resonance. I can really feel that behind my nose, like kind of underneath my eyeballs, above my front teeth. It sits right in the middle of my head. So that's what I'm aiming for sensation wise. When I go, whoa, I'm not going, whoa, I'm pulling my chest up, okay? I'm really trusting where the lip rolls are showing me that note sits in its most comfortable state. And then I'm just putting support behind it with a little bit of that the resonance and the pharyngeal approach there. So we can all play with your woes, kind of whoa, yeah, and then we can go, yeah, hey, hey, and kind of play with shapes when you've got that power and just see what you can explore. Then we can look at, what else do I like to play with when I'm doing this kind of high mix stuff? Let's do a Y. So this one, if you're a musical theater singer, this is going to really help you. We'll do a full octave. We're going to go why, and it's a really dramatic, really cheesy cry. Why. And you can hold it, drop the jaw, relax the tongue, open it, kick it forward. Why. Bring as much power as you like. Why. One more if you can. This is high chest for me. And I'm gonna really give you an example of switching a bit more into that head mix versus chest mix. So if I was to come back, this is kind of the top of my why. That's kind of the top of my chest. Now I'm gonna add more pharyngeal, more cry to go into a headier mix. Why. The pressure is released. There's no push, and we can go a lot further. Why. We're coming into that that NG spot there. So play with all of these approaches. Think of it as creating sounds. Make sure nothing is hurting in your throat. It should not hurt at all. We're working things for sure. That's why we did the warm-up. But you should not feel scratching, tension, any pressure at all if you're doing it correctly. Again, use the code MIX Power, MIXPOWER, all lowercase. Get $40 off a one-on-one private coaching session with me, and we can totally dig into all of this kind of stuff, making sure you're setting it up correctly, it's consistent, you're not going to fry your voice, you're not going to tire yourself, you're not going to cause any damage, and we can check in, make sure you're doing it right, and kicking the stuff out of all of those songs that might have been a challenge for you in the past, and make sure that you can just smash it when you want to. I hope everything's feeling really good. If you need to, go and review one of the cool down episodes to chill things out, or you can just go ahead and just do some lip rolls in a descending order. So you can just sort of, so yeah, if your voice is feeling tired, lip rolls down. You can also do the thumb or the puffy cheeks downwards, and just do that for maybe 5 minutes just to chill everything out, get the larynx released, and cool your voice off a bit. But let me know how you get on. I hope you had fun. I hope everything's feeling really good. This is the stuff that's going to get you singing the living daylights out of the songs that you love. And please book a session with me. Use that promo code, and I would love to see you, and make sure you're doing everything healthily, correctly, and sustainably for as long as you want to sing. Thanks again for joining me, and I will be back again very soon with the Sia Freddie Mercury episode. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and if you feel inclined to leave a review, I truly, truly appreciate it. You can check out all things voice at rockitvocalstudios.com. That's ROCKIT vocalstudios.com. And follow me on social too at Rocket Vocal Studios. Thanks again for listening, and I'll be back with lots more for you very, very soon.